Trevor's World of Sport, written by Andy Hamilton, starring Neil Pearson as Trevor and Paul Reynolds as Sammy.
Good morning, TS Sports Stars. I'm afraid Sammy's on the phone right now.
How was your weekend, Teresa?
Not bad, Barry. I spent most of Saturday composing a letter to the Telegraph about the nonsense of women priests.
Right. Why are you against women priests?
Because God is, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry.
Also, the creed sounds trivial in a high-pitched voice.
Right.
You can email Sammy. His email is sammythegreatwhiteleshark@tsports.com. Good morning, TS Sports Stars. Yes, I believe we are satisfied with our electricity supply.
Morning, team.
Morning, Trev.
What are the three most chilling words in the English language?
Dunno.
Temporary bus service.
Oh, no.
Yep. No trains due to delayed engineering work. I think they've run out of blue tack or something. Any messages?
Only Ralph.
Oh, good.
I can get him on the line for you if you...
Nope, that's fine. Thank you.
Good weekend?
Yes, actually, I saw a kingfisher at the Wetlands Centre. First time. I mean, I've seen them on the telly, obviously, but always to the sound of Bill Oddie, so...
Morning, Trev. You're a bit late.
Train problems.
Oh, no, this public transport thing is turning into an affectation. What if a client sees you?
What?
You're a sports agent, Trev. You shouldn't be travelling in anything where people can see through the windows. Barry, there's a wasp in my office that I'd like dealt with, and I'd like a cappuccino. And why are you wearing a suit? Somebody died?
Because you and Trev are taking me to lunch, remember?
Oh, yeah. Why are we taking him to lunch, Trev?
It's part of our drive to get to know our staff better.
Of course, that's my top priority, that and having a lobotomy.
So what was this kingfisher like?
Oh, it was fantastic. You know, the colours in the sunlight, amazing. Never really been bird watching before, but it was great.
Yeah, I like bird watching.
You like bird watching?
Yeah. Why?
Well, it's just bird watching involves keeping still and being quiet.
Oh, I only watch them from the car. I love seeing kestrels by the side of the motorway. Often during a negotiation, as a visualisation technique, I actually picture myself as a kestrel, hovering over some unsuspecting mouse waiting to strike. Are you smirking, Barry?
No, Sam.
What are you grinning about, Hydra?
I was recalling an amusing anecdote from my childhood.
Can we step into your office, please, Trev? There's something we need to discuss. Thing is, Trev, I don't think I want to get to know the staff better, especially if it involves eating with them.
You'd like to know Hydrum better?
Yeah, only biblically.
It's never gonna happen, boy. You're not her type.
Well, the lesbianism thing might be temporary.
Temporary lesbianism.
Yeah.
I love your optimism.
Besides, she hasn't mentioned her partner recently. Perhaps she's ditched her. I mean, physically, lesbians must get pretty bored with each other, you know. They must run out of options fairly quickly.
OK, I'm stopping you there because we've been down this conversational avenue many times and I always end up feeling queasy.
I still think I'm in with a chance with Hydrum.
Well, Ladbrokes have got you at 100,000 to 1.
Very funny. Does young Toby want to go to Arsenal Man U? I've got tickets.
I'll ask him.
They're good tickets, just behind the dugouts, within taunting distance of Alex Ferguson.
OK.
How is Toby?
Well, he's going through a dodgy patch, according to Meryl.
Mm-hmm. When did you see Meryl?
Saturday. She asked if I'd go round the house to unblock a drain.
Trev, I've told you don't need to do these menial chores for her in the hope that you'll get some sexual reward. You're not married to her anymore, so you don't have to put yourself through that.
Well, A, marriage is a little bit more than a sexual bobber job.
Are you sure?
And B, on a point of fact, Meryl and I are still married.
Notionally.
We're separated.
I know, only she's a little bit more separated than you, isn't she?
She feels we need to give ourselves...
More space?
Yes. And for my part, I'm learning to let go a bit more.
To let go?
Yes, let go.
OK, fine. So, what was this stuff about Toby?
Well, there I was, up to my elbows in grease, hair and impacted rice, when she suddenly said...
I'm worried about Toby.
Why?
He's got this friend who... He's called Bigsy. Well, for instance, Bigsy had a party last week. The police were called 3 times, a window got smashed and 2 girls had to have their stomachs pumped.
Where were the parents?
Well, exactly. You can't give 15-year-olds the run of your house. It's like handing over democracy to armed terrorists.
Is it?
Yes. Totally irresponsible. Mind you, if that's the parents, it explains why Bigsy's such a... The thing is, Toby's in awe of him, and I just know he's going to land Toby in trouble.
Have you spoken to Toby about it?
No. Well, if your mum warns you against someone, it's just nagging, isn't it? Besides, I'm worried I might damage my relationship with Toby, so I think you should talk to him.
Well, it might damage my relationship with him.
No, because it'll sound okay coming from you.
Why?
Well, because, you know, it'd be more the voice of experience.
You're saying I've had experience of being led astray by an unsuitable friend?
Well, Do you think I should call out a plumber?
Yeah, something's blocking it a long way down.
It's just that I'm the one who lives with Toby, so if we fall out then... And anyway, I think it would sound better coming from his dad, that's all. You won't tell him I've spoken to you, will you, Trev?
Don't fall for it, Trev. It's a setup.
Well, I've promised her I'll say something to him.
Oh, look, do you want to know what I think?
That's a rhetorical question, isn't it?
She needs to learn to let go. Going to parties where people end up having their stomachs pumped is a normal rite of passage for a teenage boy. I mean, she needs to relax. You can't wrap your kids in cotton wool.
Yeah. No, that's true, you're right.
Besides, this Bigsy sounds like a laugh.
Dear Sports Stars, good morning. Yes, of course, I'll put you through to voicemail.
Ridiculous.
What?
Well, we've been sent this letter by the Home Office saying that every business in London must have a contingency plan for civic emergencies.
What, like terrorism?
Yeah, or if we get visited by some catastrophic natural disaster. Hello, Ralph.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I just thought I'd pop by. Is Trev free?
He's in with Sammy.
Oh, it's all right. I can wait. I haven't got anywhere to go.
I don't get this letter. I mean, realistically, what do the Home Office expect us to do? I mean, what would you do if you were attacked by a terrorist, Ralph?
I don't know. Why? Has a warning been issued?
No, at least not today.
Oh, right. Well, I've stayed calm, I know that. All those years as a live sports presenter taught me how to do that. You know, I stayed calm under all sorts of pressure. Auto cue breaking down, satellite picture going on the blink, directors yelling through my earpiece.
Did you ever stay calm while your lungs were filling with blood?
No.
Then I do not believe this comparison is valid.
The trouble is, I'm just not sure how to broach it with Toby. And then last night I had this dream. I was searching through Toby's room and there was this drawer that was locked. And even though I knew I shouldn't, I unlocked it and out flew all these miniature Tobys. With little wings on their backs like hummingbirds. And all these Tobys buzzed around my head. And then somehow, without my noticing, they changed into these big pelicans. Do you get anxiety dreams like that?
I don't do anxiety. It's a loser's emotion, as I once pointed out to Tim Hemner.
Yeah, I remember that. That was...
Hi, guys. Are you not staying, Sammy?
No, I have a low boredom threshold.
Trev, have you got 10 minutes?
No, I'm not sure I have got 10 minutes.
It's no problem. This will only take 5. Right, first off, from the outset, let me stress that...
This isn't about the money.
That's right, Trev.
It's about the principle.
Exactly.
But there is money involved, isn't there, Ralph?
Well, yes, but it's not the priority. No, the priority is striking a blow for justice and the little man.
What exactly are we talking about here?
I want to sue the BBC for wrongful dismissal.
Right. Is that wise?
Well, Frank, who I play golf with, says I've got a really strong case.
And Frank's a lawyer?
No, he's a dentist.
Right. Look, Ralph, I know it was upsetting when the Beeb dropped you, but as far as I'm aware, there is no such thing as an upsetting dismissals tribunal, and,
Have you seen the girl they've replaced me with? She's vapid and plastic.
Yes, but...
And she certainly doesn't have my sporting pedigree.
Yeah, I know.
She didn't play 11 games in goal for Swansea.
No, but...
I think we should go after them, Trev. I really do. I mean, the BBC's still very much on the defensive, you know, post-Hutton. They'd probably settle out of court. We could take them for 30 grand easy.
But luckily this isn't about the money.
No. The important thing is to win the argument. Via the money. Well, it's worth a pop, isn't it, Trev? Surely. What do you think?
I think that sometimes something bad happens to you and you just have to let it go.
Let it go?
Yeah, you know, draw a line under it and move on.
Point taken. No, you're right, Trev. That's what I'll do. I'll draw a line and move on.
Good.
After I've stuck it to the BBC.
Yes?
Your son is on the line.
Oh, right. Do you mind, Ralph?
No, that's fine. You go ahead.
No, I meant, do you mind leaving my office while I...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, look, I'll talk to a lawyer about the Beeb thing, see what he says.
Cheers, Trev. You're a mucker. Bye.
Bye. Toby, sorry about that. How are you, mate?
Mum said you had something you needed to say to me.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I saw a kingfisher on Saturday.
Was that it?
No. When does term restart?
Week after next. Was that it?
No, well, what I wanted to say was, look, Toby, you see, it's like this. Do you fancy going bowling tonight?
Sure. Why not?
Good.
Can Bigsy come?
So, things have gone a bit quiet for you then, Ralph?
No, not at all. No. I've been doing corporates, you know. Did a big sales conference in Basingstoke last weekend for a big electrical chain. Did the whole presentation dressed in a toaster costume. I was worried I would look undignified, but it was fine. I got big laughs.
Oh, hello, Jerry. How are you?
I want to see Trev or Sammy.
Well, they're both tied up.
Hey, hard luck at the Crucible last night, Jerry. Snooker's a cruel mistress, isn't she, eh? You were doing so well, and then 6 frames lost before you...
The cushions on that table were a joke.
Oh, I know, yeah. And I see the tabloids have turned on you this morning. It's the price of fame, me old mate. Same thing happened to me last year. They printed all these allegations about me screwing some bimbo in a hotel room.
But that is what you did.
Well, technically, yes, but they completely ignored the context. I
want to see Trev or Sammy now.
Well, they're both occupied.
Which part of the word now don't you understand? God, oh, bloody mighty.
Look, I'm sorry.
I said I want to see one of them. Jesus, H. Stinking O'Reilly.
Actually, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't take the Lord's name in vain quite so much, Jerry. Only I find it a bit distressing.
Oh, is that right?
I mean, in normal circumstances, I'd be very happy for Bigsy to come along, but I just thought tonight it might be nice if it was, you know, just you and me, 2 of us. Haven't done that for a while.
What have you got against Bigsy?
Nothing at all, no.
Has Mum been talking to you?
Lord, no. Mum, no, I haven't spoken to Mum since, let's see now.
Wait, today's Monday, isn't it? Bigsy can't come. He goes out with Holly on Mondays.
Holly?
Yeah, he's dating her. She's a lap dancer.
He's 15 years old and he's dating a lap dancer.
On Mondays, yeah. He's also seeing a model and an air stewardess.
Yeah, well, I'm sure...
Sorry to interrupt, Trev, but we've got a problem.
Problem?
Yeah, it's Teresa. She's crying.
No, really, I'm okay, honestly.
You're still shaking.
A cup of tea and I'll be fine.
Just talk us through what happened.
Well, Jerry started getting very intemperate, and I asked him nicely if he wouldn't blaspheme, and then he launched into all this horrible abuse.
Right. How horrible was this abuse?
Well, he said, I won't be told what to do by some effing tight-assed, effing stupid, effing S-bag.
Oh, God, that's...
So shut your effing face hole, you effing B-word, effing mother effer.
But that's...
You B-word, effing B-word, C-ing W-er.
Seeing?
He turned a noun into an active participle. I wrote it all down for your disciplinary purposes.
Then he called me the normal C-noun and stormed out.
Did you see all this, Ralph?
Yes, I did wonder if I should intervene.
But you didn't?
No.
And where were you during all this, Sammy?
I was with Bob in accounts discussing how much we should show the auditors.
Well, we have to show him everything.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Jerry has to apologise.
Oh, no.
He can't treat people like that.
And if he won't apologise?
Then we'll stop representing him.
We'll stop representing Jerry the Typhoon McCutcheon, Britain's most headline-grabbing snooker player.
Look, I really don't want to be the cause of any unpleasantness.
You're not the cause, Jerry is.
Look, I'm not making excuses for him, but we shouldn't ignore the context.
Ah, yes, true.
Last night, Jerry lost in the final of a tournament. He's obviously still got a lot of adrenaline coursing through his veins.
Yeah, and vodka.
Actually, Barry, could you go and deal with that wasp in my office as I requested some time ago?
Jerry's behaviour is...
The man was obviously wired, you know? Pumped with all that extreme aggression he needs.
To play snooker?
Yes, the aggression he needs to mentally and physically dominate...
Little coloured balls.
...his opponents.
I'm not working with someone who behaves like that.
Well, he's obviously having problems, isn't he? Fame puts people under a lot of pressure.
Oh, yes, indeed. Been there, got the T-shirt.
No, I mean real fame, Ralph.
Well, I am quite famous, actually, Sammy.
You weren't even famous enough to get out of jury service.
Well, if I'd wanted to.
Look, it's got nothing to do with pressure or fame. It's about treating people as human beings. So I'm going to my office to ring Jerry right now.
OK, but I'll just tag along in an advisory capacity.
Absolutely
Trev,
unacceptable.
it's
I'm not
time
going to
and
allow my
place.
staff
Look,
to be...
Trev, I am not for one moment questioning your judgment, even though last month you did experiment with a moustache. All I'm saying is that before you make that call, let's just go through the arguments.
What arguments?
Well, for instance, looking at the figures with Bob brought home to me that financially we have taken a bit of a hit this year.
It's a downturn, everyone knows that.
Yeah, it is a downturn, but we have increased the down element by shedding some prestigious clients over the last 12 months for non-commercial reasons.
Valid reasons.
Maybe so, but for example, it meant we lost a golfer ranked at number 7 in the world.
He lied to me, Sammy.
All right, so he lied to you about the extent of his marital fidelity, and he got you to repeat that lie on his behalf to the press. But you know what, Trev? Human beings lie. It's a social skill that led to the birth of civilization. If humans hadn't learnt to lie, we'd still be living in caves and having our babies being eaten by bears. You ask Robert Winston.
I don't want to ask Robert Winston, and I don't have to defend ditching a client who betrayed my trust. Besides, so we lost one client.
No, we also lost a champion athlete.
A drug-taking champion athlete.
Well, what other kind is there?
No, I'm sorry, Sammy, but I do have...
Ethics. I know, Trev, and I love you for it. And I'm trying to get a heritage order slapped on you. But there is a time and a place for ethics, and besides, what happened to learning to let go?
What?
You said, Ree, your separated wife, that you were learning to let go. But here you are, not letting go at all, but actually grabbing hold.
There's no comparison between Jerry and Merrill.
Also, this ultimatum thing you're planning, I mean, ultimatums escalate situations. I mean, if George Bush hadn't committed to those ultimatums, would we be now mired in the unfolding tragedy that is Iraq?
There is no comparison between Jerry and Iraq.
Well, not yet.
No, not ever. This is straightforward.
But will it be, eh? You make this call, you've no idea what the effect might be. I mean, if you open that drawer, Trev, who knows what pelicans might fly out.
Nice try, Sammy. I'm ringing him now.
And the other thing is, you know, Teresa's manner can be quite provoking. She's a bit of a zealot. I mean, it's a small step from where she is to, you know, launching attacks on Muslims.
Yeah, she might walk into a mosque armed with cakes and homemade jam. Hello, is that Jerry?
Trev, I'm in the car. It's not easy to talk.
You don't need to talk, Jerry. You're just going to listen.
Did you enjoy your main course, Barry?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, that's why it's the most expensive thing on the menu.
You didn't mind, did you?
Of course not, Barry. This is our treat.
So, how'd you get on with Jerry?
Well, he didn't like what I had to say. I gave him till tomorrow to apologise. He sounded a bit drunk. He's obviously got a problem.
Which raises that whole area of compassion, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, you know, if someone's got a problem, you know, is rejecting them the most compassionate thing to do?
Well, yes, it can be sometimes. People only address their behaviour when they're made to experience the full consequences of that behaviour, don't they? So we're making him address his behaviour.
Tough love.
That's right.
Can we go?
No, we haven't heard from Barry. You see, Barry, the whole point of this lunch is for you to tell us what your ambitions are.
Right. Well, I do have ambition, but, you know, well, Janine says I'm held back by my shyness.
Shall I let you into a secret, Barry? There's no such thing as shyness. It's just attention-seeking for lazy people. People who think not saying anything makes them seem deep.
Ignore him, Barry. Tell me what you'd like.
I'd like more responsibility.
More responsibility?
Yeah, you know, something more than just sorting post and killing wasps and feeding stuff through the shredder and...
Shredding is an important responsibility, Barry. You are thwarting the lowlife who rummage through our bins and try to steal our identities.
Yeah, but I want to be seen as more than just the office runner, you know, it's...
That's how I started. Office runner. But I used the opportunity to watch my boss like a hawk all the time. And if I hadn't watched him so constantly, I wouldn't have learnt about leadership. And I wouldn't have learnt about the art of negotiation. And I wouldn't have learnt about his habit of dressing up as a woman and buying drinks for sailors. Something that advanced my career very, very quickly.
Don't be frightened, Barry.
Thanks for lunch, guys. It was great. And thanks for letting me have 2 puddings.
Our pleasure, Barry, and we'll endeavour to give you a bit more responsibility, won't we, Sammy?
Yeah, whatever. Look at this traffic.
What did you say to that woman as you came back from the toilet?
She was smoking, Trev.
Yeah, I know.
I was perfectly calm. All I said was, excuse me, but do you realise that you are effectively murdering your fellow diners with the cancer bullets in the death smoke from your selfish stick of evil? That's all I said.
Right. Well, at least you didn't do the fire extinguisher thing. Oh, that's me. Hello.
Trev, the plumber came. Guess what the blockage was? A condom.
Ah.
It's obviously Bigsy's.
How can you know that? Is it monogrammed?
Bigsy spends a lot of time here, often unsupervised. I'm sure it was him.
Well, it might have been Toby, you know. He might be sexually active.
Yes, he may well be sexually active, but he's definitely tidy, and he knows what stuff shouldn't be flushed down the... He's toilet literate.
Toilet literate?
Yes. Have you spoken to Toby about Bigsy yet?
No, I'm going to tonight at bowling.
All right, well, please broach it, Trev. It's important, and I'm going into a tunnel. Bye.
So, as well as being opposed to women priests, you are opposed to gay marriages.
Oh, yes.
So, you won't want an invitation to mine, then?
You're getting married?
Yes.
Oh, right. Are you having it in church?
No.
Well, if it's not a church wedding, then I'm not sure that church rules need apply. And I'm not sure there's any passage in the Bible that specifically forbids marriage between loving she-partners. So it probably would be okay for me to pop along.
Are you sure? I don't want you burning in hell on my account.
No, that's fine. Don't worry.
I'm telling you, Trev, if you say anything about this mate to Toby, he will hate you forever.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, I did when my dad warned me off my mate Spike because he was a bad influence. He wouldn't let me see him or talk to him. He wouldn't even let me visit him in prison.
Any sign of Jerry's apology?
No.
No, right.
Hydron's getting married.
You're getting married?
Yes.
Right,
Congratulations, Hydron.
Yeah, congratulations, Hydron.
And celebrations, as my old mate Cliff would say.
Well, didn't see you hovering there.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you'd had a chat with the solicitor about the unfair dismissal thing.
Yeah, I did. He wasn't very optimistic.
Oh.
No, he did think that possibly you might have a case, on the grounds of ageism.
Sorry, I don't follow.
Well, he... Actually, can we talk about this another time? I've got a meeting. Haven't I, Teresa?
Oh, yes.
Well, I do have a few other anxieties I'd really like to talk through.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you could talk to Sammy.
Oh, right.
Sorry, I'm a huge wall of meetings, but you can talk to Barry here.
Barry?
Yes, we're giving him more responsibility, aren't we, Barry?
Barry,
Ralph?
should we go somewhere quiet?
Come on, come on, come on! Oh, strike! And the boy Toby is on fire tonight.
Listen, Toby, I wanted to have a word with you.
Hang on, I didn't tell you the best bit. So we walk into McDonald's, right, and Biggsy suddenly stands on his chair, right, and just, points at all the people eating and says, right out loud, "You are all slaves to the slave master of corporate globalism." And that bloke over there has stupid ears. And then everyone's, looking at Biggsy, and they're like, "What?" And Biggsy just doesn't care, man. I tell you, that bro is, such a laugh.
Yeah, look, about Biggsy.
I haven't finished yet. So then the ears bloke tells Biggsy to sit down, and Biggsy says, "Make me." And the ears bloke only turns out to be the manager, doesn't he? Anyway, you'll never guess what Biggsy does next.
The way I see it, Sam, it's like this. I can't help being who I am, People have to take me as they find me, and if people don't like the way I behave, then that's their problem, not mine, because I'm not them, I'm me. You know what I'm saying? I'm me.
Absolutely, you are Jerry the Typhoon McCutcheon.
That's right.
You're not Jerry Light Drizzle McCutcheon, are you?
Exactly.
So, what is this place then, Jerry?
It's a drinking club, run by a very good friend of mine.
Right, well, where'd you know him from?
I met him last week. I think it was a Stringfellows.
Ah. And all these women sitting around, are they all call girls?
No, Sammy, they're not call girls. They're prostitutes. There's no airs and graces here.
Listen, Jerry, I just wanted to talk to you about the phone call you got from Trevor.
Hey, what's going on? The man wants me to apologise to, what's her name?
Teresa.
That woman provoked me.
Yeah, I know, but, she was having a bit of a bad day, which is... it's kind of understandable, really.
Why is that, then?
Well, you see, she's dying.
What?
Teresa is dying.
What? I had no idea.
Of course not, no. I mean, why should you have? I don't feel guilty. I wish I'd mentioned it now.
But she looks so well.
Yeah, she does look well. But that's part of what makes it so hard to accept.
Of course, yeah. Oh, that's terrible, terrible. Is it,
Yeah, I mean, the doctors have given her a year at the outside, but she wants to keep working as long as possible, I mean, nobody knows. I'm telling you this in confidence.
Of course, yeah. So, she's dying then?
Yeah.
I had a great uncle who died once. It was terrible. This is bringing it all back.
I know, mate.
It's like when Princess Diana died, I was in bits for months.
We all were.
I feel awful. Listen, Sam, you gotta believe me. I would never swear at a dying woman, no matter how much she provoked me.
I know that, you big softy.
Is there anything I can do to put things right?
Well, let's put our thinking caps on, shall we?
And then, Biggsy says to the squaddy, "Is this your girlfriend?" And the squaddy says, "Yes." And Biggsy says, "She's lovely. Have you thought of entering her for crofts?" And then the squaddy's only got 3 big mates, hasn't he? So
OK, you've got to go for it now. You'll be all right. Meryl was right.
I just think it'd sound better coming from his dad.
That's right. Nothing to worry about.
If you say anything about his mate, he'll hate you forever.
Don't listen to Sammy.
If you open that drawer, Trev, who knows what pelicans might fly out.
I said don't listen to him. Just tackle the Biggsy issue. It's your responsibility. You're his dad. There is nothing to be scared of.
Anyway, we ran round this corner and then Biggsy turns to me and says...
Toby, there's something I want to ask you, and I want you to give it a bit of thought before you answer. Do you think it's possible that you might just be spending a little too much time with Bigsy?
No.
Fair enough?
So how long did you spend listening to Ralph yesterday?
Just under 2 hours. I tell you, if I hear the phrase, "What's Dale Winton got that I haven't," one more time, I'll just...
Barry, you fetch me a cappuccino. Cheers.
Yeah, actually, Sammy,
What?
well, you haven't given me the money for the last 8 cappuccinos I've got for you.
You shouldn't obsess about money, Barry. It's vulgar.
Yeah, that's what people with money say.
Sorry, Barry?
Well, you know, the money I'm on compared with what you get for...
Envy's so unattractive, isn't it, Hydra, eh? When's your wedding date fixed for, by the way?
Not till next year.
Oh, long way off. That's all right, then.
What?
I mean, that gives you plenty of time to plan it, you know.
Morning, everyone. Oh, my God, where did all these flowers come from?
They're to me from Jerry McCutcheon. They arrived half an hour ago.
It's like Kew Gardens. I've never seen so many flowers.
Yep, that is one sincere apology.
You think so? To me it feels like the sentimental gesture of a damaged personality.
No, this is a triumph for Trevor.
Well, I just felt sometimes people have to be made to address their behaviour.
You read the situation like a book, Trev. Serve me that humble pie.
It's a lovely card. Dear Teresa, you will never know how much I regret my unforgivable behaviour. Please accept my humble and heartfelt apologies. Yours always, Jerry.
That's nice.
P.S. You are so brave.
Well, you are very, very brave, Teresa. You know, the way you stick to your guns vis-à-vis your religious views in this sceptical world, that takes courage.
Trevor Heslop.
It's me. How did you get on with Toby? Did you broach the Bigsy thing?
Yeah, I broached it.
And?
I think there was a meeting of minds.
Oh, good.
I put down a marker, you know?
Good.
I mean, I didn't push it, because I thought that might be counterproductive, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I knew you'd handle it well, and I appreciate it.
Well, what I'm here for.
See ya.
Was that Merrill?
Thanking me for having a word with Toby.
Hey, gang. Trev, I was wondering...
I am up to my eyes, Ralph.
Me too, but Barry's free.
No, I've got to get your cappuccino, and I've got tons of paper to shred, and I think I saw a wasp in your office.
That can wait, Barry. You have a conflag with Ralph in the meeting room. Tell you what, take the whole morning.
The whole morning?
Yeah, it'll give you an insight into how people like me earn their money.
Right.
Okay, Barry, I've been having a few ideas about relaunching myself as a brand.
So what did you say to Toby, Trev?
Well, I didn't push it, you know, because, well, part of loving someone is learning to let go, isn't it? And showing some trust.
Trust is paramount.
And also, I think there's an element in which Meryl may be focusing her anxieties on this friend, you know? Demonising him.
She is capable of that.
Because he doesn't sound that bad to me, and he's obviously a good mate to Toby. I'm sure he's harmless. I think I'm right.
I'm sure you're right, Trev. You always are.
Hello.
It's me.
Oh, hi, Tobes. There's a bad line. Where are you?
I'm with Bigsy.
Get away.
We're at the police station.
Why are you at the police station?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just larking around.
Larking around?
Yeah, only they're calling it shoplifting.
Trevor's World of Sport was written by Andy Hamilton and starred Neil Pearson as Trevor and Paul Reynolds as Sammy. With Abdul Salis, Cosima Shaw, Rosalind Ayres, Claire Skinner, Matthew Thomas, Kevin R. McNally and Michael Fenton Stevens.